obviously stronger, bigger than basically everyone else there, and it was just boring as shit for him there. No one liked him because he always won, and that's not fair play. So he left, and he went off to find his fortune and his glory somewhere. Ended up stumbling upon uh, a battlefield or an army or something. I'll leave that part up to you.
Got it already.
Ended up joining up with that. Spent some time basically as a mercenary, um, but really just going around and doing cool stuff because that's what Goliaths do. They're out for glory and they're out for interesting stories. Um, Probably left when they asked him to do something less than honorable, maybe like a surprise attack or burning the rations or something of an enemy camp. Probably left, um, and I imagine his story picks up shortly after that.
Yep, I'm good. Benjamin, how about you?
I'd assume, having been with this monster hunter clan, I'd heard of weird goings on, and I'd be on the hunt to try to figure out what is going on, and then probably stumble across the mists. Imagine either people in the clan or just me figuring out stuff while I'm out and about. But there's something very, very wrong and magical going on, and investigating that event.
Perfect.
As for back of like the haunted one and harrowing event, that I will think about with more time.
Can I do that, or do you want it?
You can. I mean,
Done.
you know plenty of the Castlevania story as I do.
Um, okay, I can Castlevania that.
Imagine I may have been like on a scouting mission, and probably why I was alone when the shit hit the fan.
At first, I'm going to share the Barovia map. But before we get into too much of why I'm sharing the map, I've got some storytelling to do. Wow, I gotta turn the lights off for this. Okay.
There. Familiar.
I am still waiting for it to load, FYI.
Okay, that's...
It could take a bit, but mine loaded like 2 seconds ago. Do you have just the pins and a red X?
Yeah, alright, there it goes.
It's gonna come, yeah. Gwen, make a history check, please.
Alright, give me 1 second. History.
Oh no, this is the moment Chelsea decided to not use her headset.
15.
Char, you got a headset? Char.
Sorry.
Thanks. Gwen, there are some pretty impressive educational citadels and buildings in the area that you are currently in. You grew up on this city, this floating earth node that has a large elven city on it. And you've done mainly just study. Am I right about that?
I was thinking more countryside for her, more small village in the nice, pristine, rolling hills.
On
But
board.
I'd go either way.
Nope. As surrounding this city will be countrysides and hills anyways. I was going to expand everything that's on the earth node. But the so imagine a large hunk of, like, imagine a mountain, and then someone just kind of cut the mountain at a certain point, flipped it upside down, and flew it up into the air.
Oh, cool.
The fuck?
Your civilization, your whole world has been up on this. You've never really gone down to the surface. You know it's there. You've studied the lower things before, but you've never gone down there before. So the hillsides and the countries that you're around are kind of like at the edge of the radius of the Earth Node. But as you look over and up, you see the city and the temples, and you've spent some time studying in there, but you usually come back to your "the hills are alive" scenery when you get the chance. And you're currently there. Make an Arcana check. Oh my. So as night falls, it doesn't automatically catch your attention. But soon after you realize that it's a little too early in the day for it to be coming as dark as it is, as quickly as it is. And as you look down, you see the area that you meant to see. You knew that the Earth Node kind of rotates in a way that it passes over different areas before. So you're familiar with the Valley of Barovia. As you look down, you can see the lush, healthy trees and the beautiful lake and the waterfall that feeds into it. But recently, a castle has been made in this area. It's been 6 months, but and you're up on an Earth Node like miles above it. So when you look down and you see this new structure, it's worth study. What is going on the surface that's creating this castle? Why is this castle being built? But that's when the Earth Node shakes. There's a large thunder crack, and there's a huge molten rock bulging piece coming right towards the city that you're looking at. The rest of the area starts to shake, and suddenly a few items pop out of your bag. The mace you have no longer has the proper weight. And as you look over to your friend next to you, who moments ago was playing with his dancing lights, his lights go dim. At that moment, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
One moment, please.
You're able to support yourself on a nearby tree, but the tree itself doesn't seem to be as lush as it was a moment ago. And the Earth Node itself, you realize, is beginning to fall and teeter and tip. The next 2 or 3 minutes is the whole Earth Node beginning to speed up as it's heading towards the surface, as if whatever magic was holding it aloft is no longer working.
Interesting. Okay.
Vaughn.
Yes, dear.
You came into the company of a militia, a military force. Recently, it had lost its main commander, some individual that was trying to take up the sword in his father's name and finish what his father had begun. At this point, he's succeeded in trapping most of his enemies in this area. Well, actually, a few months ago, he trapped most of his enemies in this village, in this valley that you've come to learn is called Barovia. He pinned them in the. I'm gonna say. Let's see if I can. I'm using the map at this point. He pinned most of them in this area. I don't know if you can see that arrow.
Yep.
But after that, there was some celebration and some happiness, and they began to build. They ended up building the people that you worked with ended up building a castle, and things for you got kind of boring. Besides helping with the construction and maybe still keeping the army sharper training, we were no longer at battle or at war. It was over. He was beginning to he sent word to have his family join him. He's starting to settle down. You're thinking about moving on, but then he goes on an adventure of some kind. He goes on a sabbatical and he disappears for about 2 weeks. You're asked through commander and then another commander. You're asked to stay on at least until he returns. When he returns, I need you to make an insight check. You definitely sense a primal darkness about him that was not there before. I mean, he was a conqueror, and probably driven by some kind of vengeance, but there was still a sense of loyalty, especially to his people, a sense of honor to his cause. And now you're just sensing that he's not looking at the things that he was looking at before. He barely even notices the castle. Last time he looked towards the trees, he took a deep breath and seemed to be healing from these years of war. None of that's there now. You sense that something has desperately changed. He's accompanied by a young woman and a elf, a dark elf is what you've heard. They're called dusk elves. It's his chamberlain. His name is Rahadin. So as Strahd walks up to his castle and just walks right past you, you don't see any of the loyalty or respect that you did before. At the same time, I don't know, how does your character feel about weddings? Are they boring?
Weddings? No, it's a joyous event. It's incredible. Okay. It's two people joining their life stories.
Strahd's brother arrived about 2 months ago and met a young girl in the village below, and their wedding day is in a couple of days.
Okay. He's probably in the middle of trying to help plan it.
Strahd's brother's name is Sergei, and her name is Tatiana.
Okay.
There are a couple of guests from the area showing up occasionally. Strahd seemed to have gone off, maybe to find some kind of present or whatever. You're unsure, but when he returned, he doesn't look okay. And that's all you see of him. It's just like a past you into the castle. With that, people go on with what they're doing. The gardens behind the castle are beautiful. The sun, as it shines below this area and goes down into the valley, the village below seems pleasant and cheerful. And as you look past, you can see the water is clear. This is a very beautiful valley, and you can see why this warlord would choose to try to settle down in this area. But as you look to the west, there is a dark cloud. A darkness is coming. Ben.
Yo.
You learned from you're a ranger, right?
Yeah.
You learned from a experienced ranger named Brazilius that Ravenloft has been opened up. The mists have disappeared, Strahd's been defeated, and it's possible to go in and out of Barovia. Now, this individual is difficult to be around because he has dark skeletal bone wings and usually wears dark gear. He spent time in Ravenloft, and he's constantly, as he did some of your training, and you're associated with him, constantly told you how it affected him pretty much completely. He's able to fly with his bone wings.
Oh, he can fly with bone wings.
He can fly with his bone wings, but he has to eat bone meal. He doesn't eat like normal food anymore.
Oh.
And for people who can't accept him for who he is, he opens up and says that Ravenloft itself should be avoided. The Plane of Dread is a horrible place. The Shadowfell should be taken with caution. Sorry, go on. Were you saying something?
A glaring example of how this is bad.
Yeah. But
he himself is not bad. He's just scarred by evil.
Yes. This was a ranger who was part of a small group that destroyed the vampire Strahd, the vampire who's been credited with creating all the other vampires.
So I'm knowledgeable that Strahd was a vampire and that he was killed by my master.
Yes. Well, master's a strong word, but
mentor.
Dude
who taught me some nice tricks in the woods.
And creepy as all hell.
Certainly a haunting visage, but a good personality.
Disappointed in the fact that you can't make a stealth check, but he likes you.
I can try to make a stealth check.
Go ahead. You can click advantage, giving you normal as he's with you now, as he's looking
just
up.
Clicking the disadvantage.
If you, I was going to say if you click advantage, it'll get rid of the it'll counter it. You know what I mean? Because it's automatically going to roll disadvantage. So with advantage, yeah, you're confident. You did a little better than usual, and you guys are out. You're in Faerun. There's a forest near Daggerford. I don't remember what it's called right now. I think it's Neverwinter Wood or something similar. Actually, it's called the Misty Woods. Yeah. Anyways, and you guys are in that area. He tries to stay away from civilizations for the most part. He's got like a friend in Waterdeep, but for the most part, he steers clear of. He's obviously tainted by all this.
He's aware of his own look.
Now, in your perception, El Turl returned about a month ago, and a group of individuals have started to say that there's something wrong in the north. In Icewind Dale, it seems that you can't get there easily, like it's been frozen over for longer than people have. I mean, the talk of Faerun is very interesting, and it gets weirder. There is talk that now that El Turl is back, the main person. El Turl.
Know what it is.
Yeah. Metagaming Descent into Avernus is based on El Turl in Baldur's Gate. So El Turl is east of Baldur's Gate, about 2 days' journey, and it had disappeared into Avernus for a time. I'm talking about Descent into Avernus. So that's completed. It's come back, and the individuals that were responsible for that disappeared a couple days ago. Your mentor, Brazilius, has mentioned that others have begun to disappear, but you haven't saw any evidence of that. You believe him, but you haven't saw any evidence of that.
Mia is eating that food.
But he said that he up until recently had been saying that the veil around Ravenloft has been released. Barovia is back. It's actually possible to go there. He doesn't recommend it. But today, while you guys are hunting and you make this noise, he stops. And you think he stops because he heard you and he's disappointed in you at first, but then he looks around and it gets dark in that area. Can I help you? Malcolm found my food, so there goes my dinner. All the cats are at my dinner. My dinner's gone.
Why'd you put it there?
I didn't have anywhere else to put it.
Could have asked.
What was I thinking about? His bone wings spread out, and he looks up and he goes, "No!" And he takes a perch and launches into the air and starts flying west. You watch. Actually, make a perception check.
Oh no.
You try to follow in that direction, and you look down to catch your bearings. You have to cross the stream click. You look up, you don't see him anymore. But you know the direction he was going in, and you head in that direction. Van. It's been another 36 hours since this General Strahd has returned from the west, and since then he has done things behind closed doors that you could only hear and even just smell are wrong. Sergei, his brother and soon to be the groom of Tatiana, seems nervous lately. He approaches you. It's about 12 hours before the wedding. As you look at him, he's carrying he has a longsword and a nice suit of armor, but it doesn't look like he's used it. It's more of a suit than a suit of armor. You know what I mean? But the sword's impressive. The hilt in particular gets your attention, and the blade is kind of a shimmery metal blue. When you've seen it out, he's used it in fencing, in sorry, with two people sparring. Thank you. Sorry about that. But at the moment, as he approaches you, it's kind of just swaying by his side. It's hard to ignore it though. And then he comes to you and says, "Have you noticed anything odd lately?"
You mean other than Mr. Strahd coming back and being all spooky voodoo?
I knew Rahadin is no longer focused on the wedding proper. It's possible that Strahd's the reason. I should look into it.
Don't worry about the wedding. I've been getting the table set. I've been making sure you have flowers. I sent people to go get the flowers. I made sure you had good food. I have hunters go. Wait, no. Oh, okay. So what about Rajadin? Sorry.
He's just been giving me the chills lately. Perhaps I should ask Strahd about it.
I probably wouldn't, but I mean, you do you. You seem like brave man. Yes.
Brave.
I'm gonna clap him very hard on the shoulder.
He kind of goes down, but then he doesn't. He tries to play it off. You know.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just sensing things. I'm glad
you
you're
know
here.
you need priest. Just check out Strahd, make sure he is okay, does not have the bad juju. I had one friend got the bad juju, it was very bad juju. Am I making sense?
Yeah. I think I'll go talk to the priest. He's in the chapel. And he
Oh,
walks
very
from you. He heads to the. He heads to the west. There's a long corridor going down, and then the chapel is beyond that on this first floor. Now, you've been around the castle a little bit, and there's areas where the guards can remain under in the larder and just below the castle. But you're also convinced that there's probably another level below that, and 3 more levels above. And every once in a while, when you want to get from one spot of the castle to the other, you really have to go up, downstairs, across the hall, and back up the other. It's like it's a maze. Like it's been intentionally made this way, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but no one's ever been able to figure out why. With that, there's a loud noise outside. Just the horns from the captain. But as you get out there, you realize it's not about battle. He was just organizing everybody, and he wants to have a conversation about just making sure the castle is safe, especially as other guests begin to arrive. You start to notice that most of the other militia are sensing the same thing you're sensing. Something's off. Something's not right. Gwen. It's been 2 days since the Earth node that you would have called home smashed into the land around you. Very few people survived. You happen to be one of them. There's only a couple people around you. Others seem to be, like maybe in a day's travel over there, there might have been some other survivors or et cetera. But you have landed just outside of Barovia on, there's a river and a main trail into Barovia proper. At this point, you've realized that magic isn't working at all. What's up? You going to bed?
Did you get your food? I thought.
I did, and then the cats got it.
Why don't you put it?
I ran out of places to put it.
You got all this junk over here.
I do. I know. I was busy.
You need to find
I won't be
it.
busy. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Tell me that you love me.
I love you.
I'm sorry.
Take care of food.
Please.
In the kitchen.
No. But
Your burger at least?
yeah, he ate the burger. He got like a tater tot or two.
Did you get veggies?
No, I'll get to that. I'll have to try that again. Instead of trying to figure out what happened with the Nazarene Earth node of a city, or trying to go into that, which looks dangerous, you and the 2 others that you're with decide to travel west towards Barovia for aid.
When you say that magic isn't working, is it just arcane magic, or is it everything? Divine, arcane, what have you?
Your magic isn't working either.
Okay.
You can make a religion check.
I will. Eh.
And then an arcana check. All you know for sure is that there was some very powerful elven, high elf that was going to try something spectacularly difficult about a week ago.
Gotcha. So the city looks too dangerous to go into, so I don't have any chance of saving books from the city or anything like that?
No, I mean it looks like the aid you need is one of the people you're with is pretty hurt, and even though you have some skill with healing, you're kind of used to relying on your divine magic, which currently isn't working. So the 3 of you choose to go to Barovia, which is closer, then travel to where the rest of the Earth node landed and get over there, and etc.
Sure, makes sense.
You guys were on the radius edge of the Earth node and were able to get off it into a safe spot-ish. One of you's in pretty bad shape. And I'm not going to go into detail because it's not going to matter in 5 minutes.
No problem.
We can make that up, but it isn't. Valen, roll initiative.
Who?
Van.
Ah,
Van, roll initiative.
I'm terrible at this.
Roll a 0.
No, we both rolled a 9.
Oh,
Beautiful.
You're by the main gate of Castle Ravenloft when you hear first a loud scream, then another scream. There is a group of guards heading in your direction away from the castle. They seem to be running from danger. And then there's also another group with them, a few individuals who seem to need to be protected, or etc. As they run to you, they're about to push into you, and the whole thing just kind of bumps into each other. There's no actual damage being done there, but you have the chance to talk to them before they pass you. They're heading for the gates. They're leaving.
Okay. What is this? What is happening?
A female soldier looks to you and goes, "We have to get these people to protection. The Strahd's gone mad."
Ah, so priest did not go well.
Sorry. Inspiration this early in the game.
Woo!
I love the blunt Russian of this.
Yes, me too. But they're not. When the other, as the woman runs with the other two that look like maybe politicians, nobles, higher ups of some kind. He yells, he says, "We're gonna get them back to the village. They can't stay here."
Okay, go. I will stand and wait. From what I don't know, but I will. Don't worry, it's fine.
It's good.
As you look in the direction they're running in, you notice that black darkness that you saw maybe 2 or 3 days ago that seemed to be looming over in the west has gotten closer. It's past Verlaki and heading up towards the edge of Lake Barovia, and you can't really see past it.
That is not good.
There is a loud crack of thunder, and then it begins to rain. It's not pouring yet, but it's not drizzle either. You know that. And then a few more guards head towards you, away from the castle. These two are not accompanying anyone; they're just running. They seem very scared.
Where is Oh, the brother. Sergei. Where is Sergei?
So the two individuals are running past you. You would have to physically grab one of them to get them to stop and talk to you at this point because they're so scared.
Oh, I will. I'll grab him by the gorget. Approximately, just grab him by the throat.
I'd love to see an athletics check just to tell the story. I don't see any problem with you grabbing them. I just want to know how hurt. Oh yeah, you got him. He goes, "Sergei! Strahd killed Sergei!"
Ah, yeah, okay. Makes sense. Where's Tatiana?
How the hell do I know?
I didn't hear you.
How the hell do I know?
Well, she's important. Oh, the wedding! Oh my goodness. I'm going to take a look towards the castle and see what the castle is doing. Like, are there people running around in the windows? Are there more people leaving?
Perception check.
Yep.
Archers have taken up areas along the palisade walls, and they're shooting. All of them seem to be shooting at the same target.
Towards the inside of the walls? Or
Yes, something in the courtyard has their undivided attention.
Oh, fantastic. I'm gonna.
Just
grab
then
my
you
shield.
see a shadowy figure. Seems to be a man with a cloak on. It could be mistaken for General Strahd. Jump up the area with 30 feet up to the palisade wall, grab one of them, and headbutt him. It gets weird after that.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna
As
go get help.
you turn, you're gonna what?
I'm gonna go get help.
Okay. As you turn just again to look in that direction, you see him swing his hand at one while he smashes into another. And at this point, it looks like he gets hit by like 5 more arrows, but he doesn't fall.
Fantastic.
Come on, camera. Let's go. Okay, apparently we're done with the camera today.
I do not have that yet. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna go. You said that we cornered some people that he was trying to fight. Did we ever kill them?
Good question. Did you look into that?
Of course I would have.
Make an investigation check.
Ha.
Many of them died.
Okay. So there's probably no good chance of that. Do I know of any other surrounding villages or places I could go for a priest or
So
something
when
like
we look at the map, you are familiar with. I mean, you've seen a map of the area, so you kind of know most. I mean, you have access to the map, as in you're familiar with the area. But this is the stuff you really know about, which is the gate at the far east, the village of Barovia below, which includes a church, and a town in the village of Barovia, which is people and etc. And the two that ran by looked like the similar garb. It could have been the High Burgomaster of Barovia and his wife or something. And you kind of know about the Tesser Pool. This is what you're familiar with. This is where you've actually been. What's in this circle right here?
Then I'll head over to the village and see if I can't find a priest or someone to fix an obvious, poltergeist or ghost or I don't know what the hell this is.
A boogan.
Ben, you chase after the direction you saw Brazilius go in, but it's been about an hour since you've actually seen him or just about anything else as this fog, this mist begins to fill the woods that you're in. Make a Constitution saving throw.
I was about to say, am I aware what this is?
You have, first the Constitution saving throw. That's an 8. This deadbeat run to try to keep up with Brazilius has finally caught up to you. That, and it's not really easy to breathe in whatever this mist is. You currently have 1 level of exhaustion. But during that moment, you're able to take a moment to start to think instead of keep running and running. And that's when you start to realize that this mist, this disappearance, the fact that you're not really able to, your surroundings don't seem to be the woods you were in a moment ago, you think you might have slipped into the plane of dread that Brazilius has told you about. And at this point behind the curtain, I'd like to mention that your character is familiar with just about anything you would be familiar with because you played the campaign through, but your character has talked to somebody who has experienced the campaign as well. So don't be afraid to access your personal knowledge when you play your character.
Nice.
As panting and realizing tracking a dude who's flying, and if he wants to hide, I'm not going to be able to find him. Being tired, I suppose, knowing the mist are coming, I'll just get the sword out of the sheath and just take a knee with the sword in the ground.
The area in front of you becomes very difficult to see. And at this point, you seem to be surrounded. Like you can see about 10 feet in front of you in any direction, and that's about it. Luckily, you know there's nothing in that area because you have blind sight. Your exhaustion doesn't get any worse, and you lose track of how long you're in that situation. So wait there for me.
Sword in the ground, sensing 10 feet around me, shield ready.
Gwen,
I'm about to get fucked.
Sorry. Gwen, the journey to Barovia from your current location took longer than the person leading the way thought it would. It's been 2 days, and one of you didn't make it. She passed away about...
Can I try to do a medicine check? Because that
Yes.
is something that I'm trained in.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, not at all.
14?
You do believe her wounds are fatal. Because it was mainly internal bleeding and concussion damage. Because when the Earth node that was floating in the sky hit the ground, Featherfall was attempted. Didn't go so well. Didn't go so well. There. There was survival involved because the earth no with the angle the earth no came down. You got lucky. She didn't.
That's right.
She's not dead yet. But make an Arcana check.
Wow, my rolls are shit tonight.
There is a whisper on the wind that doesn't make sense. It's not just you hear what can't. It's unmistakably ritual chanting, but magic isn't working. With that, you feel what can only be described as something passing through you, heading from the east to the west. And the only thing you're able to really see, which this surprises you, there usually if you hear or your character hasn't really seen ghosts or action in general, but you've heard the stories about how when a ghost passes through, they do some force damage. They seem to be translucent, but they're gray or whatever. Whatever this was seemed to be individuals wearing bright colored clothing. Some earth tone browns, but then red, a sash here, a nice scarf there, and it went by pretty quickly. It was almost like a blinding light. Now I'm not talking about the kind of blinding light that was in Spaceballs when they by, but there was some flicker involved in this spiraling clockwise spiral that shoots past you. And when it passes, well, first you're not sure how long that took. You lose track of that. And when that passes, you can feel your divine energy returning. So this individual that's not doing so well, you might be able to help.
Beautiful. The first thing that Gwen's going to do is try to help her cast Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds doesn't seem to be working. You have she in game turns. You have 3 rounds. She has just failed a death save. She's got 2 rounds left. Cure Wounds didn't do anything.
I have a cantrip for that. 1 second. I'm going to cast Spare the Dying to try to keep her from passing away until we get to town.
That was the answer to the puzzle. Your cantrips have returned, and you're able to stabilize her. Make a intelligence saving throw. Make a better. No, I'm just kidding. That is in very easy as 5, easy as 10. You've made an easy intelligence saving throw, and you notice that some of that light that had passed through the colors or whatever that was starts to return around you. It doesn't return around anybody else, but just for a minute, you sense there's something. I'll make an insight check as you sense there's someone or something else paying attention to you.
Interesting. After the insight check, I would like to cast Detect Good or Evil.
Is that a cantrip?
I believe so. 1 second.
The answer is
You can
no.
ritual cast it.
I don't believe it is, no.
No, it's fine. I don't know why I asked you. I wanted to bring you there. There was a waste of time. I'm sorry.
No worries.
So you go to try to figure out what this is using your divine magic, and you're kind of not able to. You can make an insight check. Oh, you did. You made. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Though powerful and dangerous, you do believe it is trying to help. Unfortunately, it seems to be only helping you, as the other 2 are not in the circle. It's like it's just coming around you like this, and then it disappears back into the west. So to be clear, there's a moment where all of this light flicker passes by you, then part of it, a small fraction of it, comes back. You recognize it as an individual of some kind, moving or experiencing distance differently than you are. Goes around you a few times and is gone. But as it does, the others around you disappear, and now you're surrounded by fog. You don't know how long that person was spinning around you, so your insight check was so fucking crazy, stupid, that you have no idea what just happened. I would love to tell you.
That's perfectly fair.
I would love to tell you, but I can't. That's a 6. Ben.
Yo.
You are not alone. Someone is within 5 feet of you.
Someone?
Vaughn,
Yes, sir.
after a day of spending time in Barovia trying to get an idea of what the hell is going on, you decide it's just time to up and leave, if you don't mind me pushing you in that direction. You begin to go to the outside of town when you hear, well, you know what combat sounds like inside of town. There is something wrong in the center of town. You hear metal on metal. It's the center of town isn't terribly far away. I'm hoping to bring up a picture of the village of Barovia. I do not know if Fantasy Grounds is going to cooperate with me. That's not the picture I want. I was not ready to do that. Okay, no. Are you serious right now? Okay, that's not helping. I'm going with this one. And Village of Barovia, I think I'm in good shape.
There we go.
Yep. And the you are here is where you are. You are here. You get
do
that
not
far.
have a you are here.
Oh, is it? What was that?
I do not have a you are here.
There's a couple of pins on the map.
There are a few pins.
Do you have a green pin all the way to the east?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the
Okay,
pin
now I
says
see.
you are
I see.
here.
Gotcha. That's my fault. I forgot to say, by the way, I'm going to put a green pin there. That's my fault. So yeah, you are here. And the center of town is over here. In the center of town, there is an inn, the Blood of the Vine Tavern. Tavern, not inn, sorry. And across the street from that is Bildreth's Mercantile, where people could buy and sell weapons and armor, etc. Most of the town still has nice flowers and things coming up because they knew the wedding up in the castle far above. Like when you look up, you can see Castle Ravenloft. They knew the castle was having a wedding, etc. Oh, and by the way, the church is over here. You did stop by there. It didn't a day ago. It didn't get you where you wanted to get to, which is we need to go help everyone in the castle. No, we need to fucking hide down here. That's what you got from everybody. So you decided it was time to go. But as you get to the edge of town, you realize that there's something very wrong in town. But as you turn around, you can only see about 10, 20 feet in front of you as this mist has just poured in behind you and comes down from in front of you. And something's not right.
At this point, Vaughn would draw the greatsword and just start sprinting towards the center of town. Even though he can't see, he's just going to sprint.
Okay. Ben, make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah.
There's a Goliath heading towards you. The mist, as he comes in, as he gets close enough to you for you to feel with your blind sight, he's also pushing the mist out of the way, and it's starting to be cleared and able to see. I don't think we need to roll initiative to pull this part out. Vaughn, you can tell that there is a high elf and and a human. So there's a high elf and a human between you and where you want to go. You can go around them to the sidewalks if you want, but
May
they
look
weren't
out
there a
there,
moment
like,
ago.
Sword in ground, shield ready. My eyes are closed, but I probably look aware.
Yeah, he
Human is
looks up at
wearing-
you.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So he looks up in your direction but doesn't open his eyes. Go ahead, Gwen.
Gwen is wearing a summer dress. I'm guessing it's a little bit colder in Barovia.
Not yet.
Not yet. But she still looks a little out of place. It's maybe a little bit more elegant than what you'd seen in the village. And she's just on the ground, looking very dazed and very confused.
Okay. Vaughn's 8.5 feet tall, pushing 500 pounds, wearing plate and screaming a battle cry as he's sprinting towards you guys. Does he still hear the sounds of fighting?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So he's going to rush past you guys. As he does, he waves a hand at you guys, telling you to go back. Not saying anything, just going. Yeah, he's gonna ignore them. He thinks that they're just normal town people.
As he seems like aware of where and what is going on, since he's charging, I'm gonna have to run after him. But as I truck towards him, I'd be like, "Hark, where is this? What's going on?
What do you mean, where is this? You are in Brovi, you're in street. Are you drunk?
I wish I was. As a look of terror reeks across my face. Did you say Barovia?
Did you say Barovia? Gwen gets up and she slowly starts to focus as she's looking over at you. Just the valley with the rivers.
At this point, seeing that the two others are extremely confused and one's terrified, Vaughn will probably stop, and it takes him a minute because 600 pounds.
Inertia.
Inertia is the thing.
Gotta do a Superman stomp.
What? Yes, this is Brova. You are in town. How did you not know? What?
I was not in town a moment ago.
You guys are on the very edge of town. So in town's a stretch, but he takes one step and there's a building. Like, literally, the you are here is just on the outskirts of town.
Thank Paylor. I have a friend who's in danger. We were heading over to Barovia. I guess the spirits helped me get here.
You picked bad time to come. Let me just tell you that.
There, as I shield is kind of to my head. There's no good time to come. This is wrong. Because I just probably mumble over some terrified nonsense.
Why are you peeing in pants? It's just town.
There's a strong breeze that passes by you guys east to west, and as it does, it dissipates some of this fog towards the town. Anyone that turns around realizes they still can't see more than 100 feet to the east. And you're able to see into the town. There's something in the street up ahead, and there's a cart that's flipped over. And you guys can hear commotion in what you can imagine would be the town square.
Okay, we deal with this later. I have to go help people. Is probably demonic impressed guy. General, we'll fix it a bit. One more.
As you say that, right. I just kind of smack my chest a little bit. Okay, time for later. I'll follow you on.
Gonna follow as well?
Druid as we go. Still panicked tone, but somewhat resolved.
At this point, Gwen, the lights finally stop. Like every once in a while, you still see a little shimmer, and it seems to be done now. And up ahead, you see two beings near a cart. You can tell that they're undead, Gwen. Vaughn, I'm not sure if you're how familiar you are with undead, but they're definitely staggering and showing that zombie look. And yeah, Ben, you're positive that those are zombies. Whoever those are have been dead for days.
Looks like, well, at least this is familiar.
Is there anyone around other than
Ready
the creatures?
myself.
What was that, Zach?
Is there anyone around other than the creatures?
I don't know. I mean, I know, but how would you like to determine that?
I'm just gonna look around. I heard the sound of fighting. It doesn't look like these things are fighting anyone.
You
unless
can't
they're
see.
fighting themselves.
Right. Well, you're nowhere near town square yet, so you're still. If we were to look at the map of Barovia, you're still here, coming on this first intersection.
Dudes. Okay. Then
So
Vaughn's
we're
gonna.
we're talking about this intersection, which is exactly what you're seeing here, and you see these. They seem to be monstrous. They're not normal people.
Okay.
They are wearing what looks like might have been the fashion of this town. I don't know.
They look
But you can make a
decently
perception check.
decayed, like, this isn't like yesterday they got turned.
You would imagine that these individuals were turned recently but buried long ago. Ben. Proficiency. There is also something on the other side of this door.
Okay.
Gwen's going to quickly walk up to Vaughn since he looks like, a capable fighter. He's got a big sword. He's a big dude. And she's going to whisper a quiet prayer to Paylor as she touches him on the back and casts protection from evil and good. Specifically on undead.
There's no reason to be specific. It covers all of it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, you are a runecaster. Very good.
I love that. I love that the most.
Just look over with a raised eyebrow. She's not alone there. I'll cast it on myself too, thinking that's a good idea.
I made the mistake of never finishing your spells on your character sheet, so
I have that. It's one I added to the Monster Slayer spells.
protection from evil and good.
Is that one
Okay.
that Mary needs to put on me?
I'm doing it now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that one that I have to put on who I'm casting it on in the future, or?
Yeah, I got it. But yes.
Okay.
And then, oh, I did that, didn't I? I know better.
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Coding, that's the one I want. Now, did that stay?
That should give you at least a
Good,
little bit of
and-
protection.
And that's for you. Where are you, Gwen? There you are. Go.
So functionally, what does that give me?
You have advantage on, I don't remember.
1 second.
They have disadvantage to attack you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and you
You
can't
also
be
can't
frightened.
be-
Yeah, that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Nice. Well then, if
I
the
think you
party-
guys should roll initiative. Yeah,
Yep.
sounds like an idea. Mary, can you roll initiative? There it is. It's his whole turn to do that. But he smashes through the door and he pushes down and this creature's got some kind of really crazy tongue thing going on. It's not good. Vaughn.
You'll see is demonenons. Vaughn's going to.
Oh, my bad.
The hell? Oh, okay.
Welcome to Unity.
Yep. And then he's going to pushing strike. So I do that as a regular attack first, right?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I think it's regular attack first, and then you. Yeah, and then you activate the strength. Okay, cool. Great sword.
Nice.
Ah, very good. Roll that. Take that. One more d8. And strength saving.
Where's the one more D8?
I don't think it actually went through.
Does the D8 not do damage? Or is it just like
Supposed to.
Oh.
Can you just throw a D8 in the chat? I'll do it later.
There we go.
Oh, it didn't count as damage. Okay, where's combat superiority? And damage. It's going to be a D8. Feels like I did this, but I guess I didn't. And that's probably weapon damage. Okay, under combat superiority, there's a damage die for 1d8 now. You can put that right on the bad guy.
Alright. Haha.
Think.
And I cannot tell if he saved that or not. It looks like he did. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he made that.
So Vaughn runs up, slashes at him with this greatsword, and this tries to kick at him. But I guess he dodges the kick or something.
There's a bunch of wood and a door. That moves back.
That's it for me.
Ben.
Yeah, at least this is familiar terrain. I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Be glad I'm not a halfling. Run over here, mark number 7 for my Slayer's Prey. Which, wonder how I actually activate.
I'm working on it.
Click
Where's
that.
Slayer's Prey?
Do I drag it? Oh, shit, I can't drag it on him. I don't see him. It's under the map.
I got him. Boop.
There we go. And then I'm gonna cut him with a longsword.
Yes, you do.
Nice.
Nice.
That's longbow, although honestly both of them are the same damage. And I thought that would add my d6.
Well, we have to do that. Where's your? Oh, there's the d6. If
Oh,
you wanted
drag
to
it
add,
over.
there's a way to do that as well, but this is a little easier for making
I just
sure.
dragged the Slayer's Prey damage over him.
I could code your token to do an extra d6 points of damage, but then we'd have to turn it off and on properly, or trust it to turn itself off and on correctly with the coding. None of that ever works for me. Eventually, things get too complicated. It's just
I'm okay if
grab
I
it.
just roll it over,
Mm.
like that, if that worked.
You do hit it. You do hit him. What kind of weapon are you using?
Longsword.
Oh, you take his arm right off.
If anything, you see Benjamin go from like what was terrified and panicked, and now more like a normal fighter, except I'm fighting zombies.
Except I'm fighting zombies. Gwen,
Concentration means that I can't cast another spell without breaking the effect, correct?
it means you can't cast another concentration spell without breaking the effect.
Okay, so I can cast Sacred Flames or any other
You
cantrips.
certainly
that aren't-
can.
Absolutely. In that case, Gwen is going to clutch her pendant of Playlore that hangs around her neck, and she's going to cast a hand out in front of her and issue a prayer that Paylor cleanse these evil beings and set their souls to peace, and she's going to cast Sacred Flame.
As you grab your holy symbol, it feels lighter than you're used to. And as you pray, even though, go ahead and roll Sacred Flame. Did that not work?
Remind me, it's been a little while. How do I cast spells?
Oh, that's right. Well, there's going to be magnifying glasses right after the description of the spells. And on Sacred Flame, you hit the magnifying glass and it gets this casting window, including the save, and you take that 20-sided icon and put it over. You ended up clicking on the field that says Dex. I need you to grab the little icon that looks like a D20, or at least it's supposed to resemble a D20. Left click it, hold it, and drag it over your target.
Drag it over the target. Okay, so she's going to cast it on this one.
Now that's
Sorry.
him making a saving throw, and he made it, so he's good.
Oh well.
The bright, beaming light you're used to seeing seems more like a dim golden attempt. And you can tell that wherever you are, Paylor is further away than you're used to.
Can I make a religion check to see why that might be?
You can make it with advantage. You would possibly never admit this to anybody else, but you think Paylor is not as powerful here as he is wherever you were moments ago.
Okay. That's my turn.
What we have here is a problem. See, somebody cut off his hand. So now his hand is pissed about it.
Fucking zombies.
And the hand slashes at you. And misses. Then the rest of the zombie tries to smash into you.
Incredible.
And misses. So that happens.
Shit, I should know better than to dismember zombies.
So all that happens.
Yay, spell protection.
What we got up here? Oh, this could be bad. Upon looking at this person a little more closely, you think, I mean, it's wearing the same kind of military garb that the soldiers at the castle were wearing, but it's aged. Like it hasn't rusted over so much as it just looks like it's been through. It's someone dragged it through the mud for like 10 years. It's pretty messed up. And then naturally he goes to give you a big fat kiss.
Gross.
Aw.
What was that?
Good.
That would be bad. He fails at biting you, and it is your turn. Dropping a 17, by the way, cleric. Dropped a 17.
Muy bien.
Todd? Mark? Jeremy? No. Do I know this? Do I know you? No. Oh okay. He's just gonna try and stab him again, slash at him. Terrible.
Oh, no.
Oof.
Suddenly you realize it is Mark, and Mark owes you $5. So that no, Mark owes you 5 gold. So apparently you pulled your hit there a little bit.
Mark, what is your deal? Your uniform, your tongue. What happened to you?
As I'm like slashing zombies and dodging a hand with my foot, just like, it's not Mark anymore.
I assure you it is.
I assure you it's not.
Ben,
Dodge that tongue.
while you have that communication, it's also your turn.
Oh, right, I'm immediately after him.
Yep. You guys can keep talking. That's fine. You just talk during combat. I've seen PCs do it before.
Yeah, I'm blocking and slashing that. Keep dodging that tongue.
But why is Mark trying to lick me?
I'm
Trying
afraid
to
it's
kill
so
you and it's
fast,
not Mark.
That's just his body, lad.
Oh.
Back to 7, getting a dirty 20. Sword, and it's on 7, so I'm gonna add my. Oh dear, I probably
Nice.
don't. Okay, so for bonus action, I will shift my Slayer's prey onto somebody else.
Copy that.
Let's say number 2.
And that's something you can apply, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the first session. I haven't had a chance to. I'm gonna go to tokens and I'm gonna turn on facing no show effects on. I want to see that. There we go. I want to be able to see that Slayer's prey. There it is. Okay. Okay, good to go.
Where
Oh
is it?
wow, this dead
Oh,
one
there
has
it
all
is.
sorts of problems. The dead one has all sorts of problems.
He's re-deadified.
Oh wait,
Not
did
to be
he?
confused with the re-deads in Zelda, which are fucking horrifying.
It also looks like I gave the ghoul pushing attack twice.
Yep, might have. Yep, no doubt.
Oops.
Wait,
My bad.
you gave him the ability to do extra damage if he hit. I'm so glad he missed you.
Me
Because
too.
we would have seen an extra 2d8 that wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, so this guy, and he's got 20 feet of movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Cool, 1 square away. Give me another round with the 1.
5, 10,
Damn it.
15, 20. He provokes from you, Ben. He seems to be focused on something radiant.
Yeah, he's being slashed.
Okay.
There's some degree of holy light around here, and I don't want her going out. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm distracted by the hand on my foot.
There's something eerie in this zombie's eyes. He definitely looks more different. He looks different than the others that you I wanted to say the other two, but there's only the other one left now. If anyone wants to use their reaction, they can make a perception check to try to determine what the fuck.
I already used my
You
reaction.
used your reaction. I know, that's why I worded it that way.
Perception
I meant
check,
to
you
say
said?
yes. I meant to say it before you used your reaction, but you were quick on the draw. I know well.
I'd say I'm quick to kill the undead.
Did you want to use your reaction? Okay.
Yep. Ah!
Hey, another 3.
You see him staring in the direction of the cleric, and Gwen, you know he's staring at you. And there's a light in his eyes that doesn't make any sense.
As I miss my slash, be like, that's weird. Normally these things don't think.
Hey, Gwen.
Yep. Gwen's
Sure.
going to throw her hands up in front of her, and she's going to cast Turn Undead.
Holy shit. Okay.
Hopefully. Let's see how this works.
You can roll it on each one of them individually, or you can hold down Control and tap them all to target them, and then roll it once. There might be another option where you have access to your targets in the combat tracker. I'm not sure how that works as a player. I keep forgetting to check.
At the very least, I'm cast on this guy, so let's do this.
Well, you end up casting it on all of them.
Might be on. So should I cast it 2 more times?
It seemed to only roll once.
Yeah, I press Control. It's okay.
Yeah, you did. It shows they're
Yeah.
targeted.
Does it work on the hand?
Ooh, good
Yeah,
question.
throw. I'm just gonna throw a d20 for the hand. It's 11. What's your DC? 13.
DC 12.
12. Okay, so the only thing that's saved is the ghoul.
The cool.
The one, the big guy saved. Everything else is going to be affected by Turn Undead.
So Gwen throws her hands up in front of her, and a pulse of light comes out from her body. Swirling around the zombies and forcing them to retreat.
Let me. All the targets are still there. I gotta clear those out quick. When you use Turn Undead, and you see that wave of divine energy come away from you, it's not just the zombies that are affected, even though the one made the saving throw. The curtains in the windows that passes by are now pushing in the opposite direction. The small blades of grass on the ground are trying to get away from you. The creaking on these houses is getting a little louder. The whole area isn't happy with this.
Interesting. Okay.
Bye bye.
No, I already used my reaction. Never mind. Oh dang, he gone.
Well, yeah, he moves and then he uses his action to move again. They don't seem very fast, but he had plenty of time, so he moved 40. He should have moved 40 feet, and give or take.
Does he trip over his dislocated leg?
I'm gonna go with no this time, but the ghoul made his save, so he is going to try to lick Von. Oh no, he's gonna try to claw him, and he's got disadvantage. Drops the 15 for the which would have been a 19 for the 14, and you can see some kind of black energy dripping off of his nails as he swings by you. As your turn begins.
Mark, I am very sorry, but this must be done. Savannah is going to move over there and attack Mark with the greatsword.
Yeah, all day. Yeah.
And he's going to pushing strike him again.
Reroll the 1. It's a 6. Wow.
Nice.
So
You can do
question. In your games, pushing one enemy into another violently, would that possibly net me some extra damage?
Damage, no.
Okay. But possibly some other interesting effects?
Knocking shit prone, effects like that, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to kick him. I'm going to spend a superiority dice to kick him into the Strahd zombie.
Now, does this particular ability push more than 5 feet?
15.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
You spray this zombie onto this one.
Oh god.
It's all up against the wall,
Cone of filth.
covered in that might have been a bone, but it It was trying to get away from the cleric anyways, but this time you see a malevolence in his eyes that goes beyond any kind of undead you've seen before. You think you're looking at a divine magic vessel type deal. Not divine as in celestial. Divine as in detect this, scry that kind of
Okay.
divine magic.
And then I'm going to move next to him with the remainder of my movement. And I'm going to action surge and hit him again.
I forgot
Beautiful.
about that. I forgot about that shit. Hey, go ahead.
So do I get any kind of advantage or anything? Is he prone?
Yes, that knocked him prone. Just click advantage for me on the lower left. I didn't put a prone on it yet, and I don't expect him to last long enough for it to matter. Or maybe you hit with a 9, so you're good. It's a zombie. He's not wearing much.
I don't think I can actually use a second combat superiority this turn. I wouldn't anyways, but question
Yeah,
for later.
I don't think you can
That's-
either. You might be able to. Let's look into it. Ben, it's your turn.
So, one thing I just realized when I looked at the main, my AC is 14.
Yeah, what's that about?
And if I'm wearing hat flayed, it should be 15. Then
Your armor's
plus
not
my
on.
Dex and shield.
Your armor's not on. Have you taken any damage?
No.
Good, because it doesn't matter. Okay, let's put your armor on. There we go. You're all set. Welcome to 19.
It's like when I scrolled over the inventory, I thought I saw they had the T-shirt. But never mind. Anyways. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. Can I switch weapons as I move?
Yes. Are you pull when you pull a weapon? Blah 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 blah. I'm not worried about it right now.
15, 20, 25, 30. If I run forward to this guy who I've marked as my prey, I shall roll. Oh, is that the attack roll of the hand?
Yep.
Ignoring the hand, I just run forward, sheath the long sword, pull out the bow, and attempt to shoot this thing. Ability, skills, main, action. Long bow. Shooting.
Yeah. Go ahead. It is scampering at its measle 40 feet, including its action, trying to get away from the celestial
Slayer's.
cleric thing.
Slayer's prey damage. Damn it. I was hoping that would finish him off.
Almost did. Damn.
Aiming for the core. Possibly head. On to Mystery Zombie Man.
Hey, look, the cleric. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Not far enough away.
Can I,
Stay away, you filthy thing.
can I opportunity attack?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, let me just put him all the way back up here.
And does he
Splat.
explode?
Oh, he's alive! What's left
Wow.
of him gets all the way over here.
Come back. I'm not done with you.
Gwen, it's your turn.
My turn. I will cast a Sacred Flame at the zombie that's trying to get away. So, one moment.
You
Well,
kind
they're
of
both trying
can't
to
see him. You might want to move around a little bit.
Maybe.
That's a building.
Okay, 1 second.
Which one are you targeting? 12 or
Good point.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Strahd zombie.
okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I see him now?
You can.
6 for good measure. And I will cast Sacred Flame.
He has failed his saving throw.
Wow.
You can see like the drag marks of his footprints along what should have been a street, then cobble. It's kind of just like a black energy in that area. You would recognize it as necrotic energy. Without casting detect magic, you can tell that that's there, and usually you have to use detect magic to see magic that way. So that's got your attention.
Interesting. 4 radiant damage.
Yep, he got it. Didn't he get it? Looks like oh no, you didn't put it on him. I'll put it on.
Oh, here, 1 second.
Oop, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh well, now he's taking more. No. Oh well.
Nice.
Did the 4 make the difference? Hit points by 5. Okay, yeah, he's fine. He's gone either way. You know what he can't do is make his undead fortitude check because he took radiant damage. I mean, he burns up and he falls down. Backwards into that area that I had mentioned looks different. Combination of you pushing him away with your turn undead and him bleeding, but that's not really blood. It's a long story. You can investigate it if you want.
First, I'm going to cast a Sacred Flame on the Ghoul 12, which is dying.
Did you
Just
just
to make
cast
sure that
Sacred
you know.
Flame? You just cast Sacred
What's-
Flame.
No, the one that's between me and Vaughn.
You just cast it. Your turn's over.
Okay.
Is there a machine gun Sacred Flame I don't know about? That'd be kind of cool.
Turn's done.
Okay. There's a cleric over there, so he's going this way. Which means I can put him on the next map. Unless he doesn't survive another round, which he might not. I will consider putting him on the next map. We'll go with consider. Okay. What happened there?
I'm confused.
So am I. I have no idea what that was. Oh, we lost Sean.
Oh. Well. So is it my turn or his?
Okay,
I think it's his
clear,
turn.
We're going to clear the check because it got stupid. And it is your turn.
Let's see. What is the range on hand axe?
Oh, not good.
Not good.
No.
That is correct.
That is not the you don't know. That's not helping.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. So Vaughn is going to start hauling ass after the zombie.
That makes sense.
Good shot, little one. Now we get this. Thump, 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 thump.
Where are you? We got that far? Ahead of you, you can see, like again, the fog is restricting. You can't see more than like one block ahead at a time because that makes scrolling so much easier. Yeah, a couple houses and then another intersection. So up here, I don't know if you're on this map anymore, the Village of Barovia map.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yep, and you see a barren, empty street and him heading in that direction.
Cool.
And where the hell am I? I lost track again. Okay, that's your turn. Ben.
Yep. I think Ben is gone for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
I will also be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna get something to drink as well. Actually, it's midnight, so I don't know how you guys are doing. Sean and I are still on our overnight. All by myself. hello.
Oh, hi.
So I never quite started a Strahd campaign like this before. Usually it's eerie moment as the fog takes over the party. But it all started with you saying, I like it when maybe we don't know each other and we're just thrown into it. And then I got a couple other ideas and I went from there. I was wondering if you picked up on what I did exactly or...
I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very, very well done.
This is very flyby. I was like, okay, I got this. But once I get a chance to think about things, it'll really streamline. Plus, we're down to 2 people.
So, if I'm not incorrect, it's 3 completely different times that we're being pulled from.
Very good.
I'm interested to see how the Strahd's already been taken care of thing plays into it. I'm interested to see that. I'm enjoying the hell out of the characters. All of us are really enjoyable.
That's always
They're all
one of my
very
favorite
distinct
parts.
characters.
So, what are the time frames? I mean, how far can you go with that? And it does of course tie into my original campaign, which is why I did that.
So, Ben is from right when Frostmaiden is starting.
Yep.
Mary is from when the Nezarene were still around.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or just after. Yeah.
And I'm from way the hell back. So after... Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I'm after or before the Nezarene.
Which is going to be difficult to put that together. That's like comparing apples and oranges. According to the Barovian timeline, you're right around the time that Strahd killed his brother and became a dark power. But you can't just pull a character out of Ravenloft, put him into Faerun, and say, okay, the timelines aren't parallel anymore. So you're on the Barovian calendar. You're from a point where Strahd had just gained his powers. But where's your character right now on the Barovian calendar? The fog came in, and then time got weird. The lights and etc. Ties into my original campaign. Tuesday, they left Sigil and went into the Outlands, where they bumped into a Vistani camp. One of the members of the Vistani camp was a woman who also has a dark power thing going on, but as she makes in my reality, she makes her deal with the dark powers, and then kind of gets her wish, and then pays the price. And her wish is to go forward and see how far forward it is, and how to save her people beyond. And she travels to as far into the future as she can. Very, very Doctor Strange. She sees the moment that she lives to, and that's it. So this Vistani camp gets as far as they can, which is where the PCs are, and then she comes all the way back. So now this was the Vistani caravan traveling past you all to get back to, like, we're rubber banding back through through the 3 people that were in the way, dragging them along into a place where then they were together. When they realized they fucked up, one of them came around and just tried to do their best to at least put everyone in the same spot, and off it went. Sean knows, and his character knows what happens with Ravenloft and why, or if it resets or whatever. Basically, it can reset. But he's the only character that's played it through, so I put him in a spot that had already happened once. And then I drop Mary in 4E because she comments about 4E all the time, so she's from 4E. It's just confusing.
I'm also enjoying the fact that I got to see Strahd before he really became Strahd.
That is seriously, if we continue and get to a certain point, that is going to seriously help you out. Especially if we get to the point where your characters are in the castle again. You're familiar with the cast. Feel free to tap into that as often as you can.
I lifted that stone and that one was big pain in the ass.
So Gwen is barely familiar with vampires, where Sean's not there, so I can't read his character's name. Where'd Sean go? I think he lost internet completely because he's not anywhere. Which means we'll just call it here. I was going to call it after this shot anyways.
It's been fun though.
It's been really fun.
Every one of these intersections is a little encounter coming up. So actually, there's just that one intersection left, and then there's I can't wait. The town square is so cool. But in Vaughn's perception, like, he hasn't. There's no. I didn't give you enough clues to figure it out, except to say that some of these beings have been buried for a while, and now they're up and moving. So, yeah, time changed on everybody to the point where you're all in the same spot. On the, yeah, and then you can't compare it to Faerun anymore. It's basically
So
the
Vaughn-
beginning.
Vaughn definitely jumped forward. He's
Yeah.
starting to realize that because he's like, all right, well, I just saw this guy yesterday,
Yeah.
and he's all like undead and shit. It's gonna be fun.
But
Yeah.
I'd never started a Strahd campaign and tried to tie it into my main campaign, which is already a time travel campaign. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I know I can do this. I'm gonna eat a cheeseburger and I'm gonna do this. But
Think I'm
yeah.
back.
Hello, I missed you.
Welcome back. We already had dinner with Strahd and everything.
I mean, time does
Sweet.
travel. No, I'm just kidding. When you get the chance, it is your turn. You're probably still trying to get on Fantasy Grounds, right?
Yeah, I figured I'd load up Zoom so I could actually talk first, but I would probably be just trying to shoot the zombie that was running away, assuming nothing else really happened. I don't know.
Yeah, that's easy enough. No, we didn't get any further. He's about to head into the next encounter. He's like 50 feet away from the next intersection.
He being me?
He being the guy you're about to shoot.
Ah.
Well, now that Sean's back, do y'all want to go through the next encounter and then call it there? And that way we go straight into the city.
I'm not going to say no.
We can do one more encounter, but it's getting a little bit late on my end.
Okay. If you want to call it here, love, then I mean, Chris already said he would.
Yeah, just to be safe, let's call it here.
I'm good with, well, after we shoot and kill this guy or not.
Yeah.
This encounter's still up. A little bit of touching base, you guys can talk a little bit, and then, yeah. Because I'm definitely, like, I'm awake, but my mana's out. Creating characters and getting to know the new characters and putting something together, I'm running low.
Is my character gone?
No. Let me clear this quick. Okay, can you see him now?
Yes.
There you go. Did you change your name?
No?
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know
on the Zoom thing, incidentally, yeah.
Oh no, I meant in Fantasy Grounds. Yep. But I just had to clear it so you could jump back onto it. Okay.
Ah.
So he's down the road a piece, and
I don't
I mean-
see a map or anything because all of that went away. Oh, wait, there it is.
I put a map. Well, I'm gonna goof up your screen. This is the map you guys are on. But he is coming up on the cusp of the other map. Like he's almost down the street to the next map. But he's in plenty of range of a longbow or a short bow. That's fine.
I have a longbow.
Yep.
I'll just move a little bit forward and shoot.
I got 300 feet, but I'll take a 10-foot step.
Do not run too far away from splitting the party.
Pew.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I actually
you
missed.
You hit? No, you didn't.
Oh, you got him.
It's a zombie. Okay,
Zombies have stupid.
it's okay.
legs.
Dude, like
Hmm.
it's not hard.
Ah,
He's buried in that. That's not hard. Hit that. Pew.
But
just
And
goes.
No. All right, so DC 12, Constitution saving throw. Oh, he's dead. Whoa. Hey guys, I'm wrapping up in case anyone's gonna be awake in 5 minutes. Yeah, I was getting ready to take a break and go to bed.
You almost knocked my phone out of my hand. forced to go to
Love
sleep,
you.
but I came down to fill up my water.
Don't you have like school in the morning?
I know, I came down to fill up my water. Just saying.
Good, but he's got to go down the cellar and log in for 4 hours. They call it school. Okay. Yeah, you ended up killing him, and you guys can see forward to the next intersection. But as you turn around, you can't really see the edge of town anymore. It's like you're funneled into this little fog area.
As I look back, I just go like, yeah, that's about right.
When you look up, you don't see any celestial objects at all. It's just like a gray cloud up above. And you can see over the gray cloud and everything else, you can still see the castle raising. So for you, Ben, this is the first time you've seen the castle, like actually seen it.
Yeah.
For
Just
Vaughn,
all
it looks
validating terrors.
different. You'd have to focus. And Gwen, you've looked down in Barovia and saw the brand new castle being built. This doesn't look like a brand new castle. This looks like a castle that has seen some years, and there's some wear and tear about it. Even from this distance, you can tell that there's something temporally wrong with this picture.
Another fine shot. Buddy.
Now's not a bad time for you guys to introduce each other.
Say
Or are
again?
we pet? I was like, now's not a bad time for your characters to, introduce themselves. Or we could, save that.
You big, strong gray man. You were familiar with this place?
Yes, I didn't help build this one, but I helped build that one.
Where are you pointing?
Towards the castle.
Oh, fuck.
You helped build the castle.
Yes. The big comes in handy. Yes. I'm Von. No?
Oh,
The name's Gwen.
I am Benjamin Vilnundes.
Oh, fancy.
So, did you build the castle a while ago, or was that more of a recent thing?
Like month ago. Why?
Then why is it looking older than a month?
She's not wrong.
Fuck.
Weird.
Why,
So
why
you-
is Mark all bleh?
Yeah, about that. Gwen, you're not from around here either, are you?
No, I fell out of the sky 2 days ago. For me, it was 2 days.
You
It's
fell
starting
out
to
of the
think
sky.
Yeah, straight out of the sky. Me and my people.
2 days ago.
Did it hurt?
Yes, very much so.
Ping!
Most of my people died, unfortunately. There were a couple more that I was trying to help, but I don't think we're in the same time anymore.
Agreed.
Is that a thing?
I didn't think it was a thing, but
It
what do
is
I know? I'm
planar
from the
travel.
sky.
Well, you're the rune people. That's not my expertise.
Benjamin, make an Arcana check.
Okay. Aw, that was almost an 18.
It was. I saw that.
That would have been 23.
You are relatively convinced that elves do not fall out of the sky.
I just I don't know, she might notice I'm trying to look at her shoulders, there's no wings. What the fuck?
But after today, you're just not sure of anything.
Yeah, I feel like I planar travel. Shit's weird.
You seem somewhat competent when it comes to dealing with whatever we are dealing with here. What are we dealing with?
The dread domain is what we're dealing with now.
That sounds bad.
It
That
is
sound bad.
Especially for a lady that fell out of the sky. Although apparently all your other people did too, so congratulations on living.
Thanks, I guess. Most of us died, but I got lucky. Thank Taylor.
So you're go ahead, fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it.
What are you talking about?
What?
You said it's bad. Is obviously magic. Fix it.
Well, I have noticed that Paylor is not quite as strong as he is in other places. Maybe we just need to bring a little light back to this area.
Chris, do I have any fucking clue who Paylor is?
Make a religion check.
Actually, fuck it. I'll follow that too. I'm from Faerun, so I might not. Or I might.
Yeah.
I was taking the opportunity to set up the next map. I cannot see the chat from here. Hang on. I'm on my way.
A 5 and a dirty 20.
Oh, look at you. 5. Paylor. She's got to be talking about some kind of a god. No idea. Benjamin, Paylor is a... You're familiar with spatial travel. You know that there's other planets in the multiverse. Most people on Faerun don't, but you've had some pretty intense studies with some pretty interesting people. Because you needed to know where monsters are. One of the gods, including the domain of light and sun in Greyhawk, is Paylor. Grey space or Grey realm is not easy to get to from Faerun. So awkward.
Yeah, you've certainly traveled quite a ways then.
She does seem like a far traveler, yes.
That's rather abrupt.
I might be tired, but I've done this before.
It seems
I
like
don't
the whole
suppose
land
you're-
is reacting to my magic, though. The grass seems to be moving away. The houses seem to be unhappy, even when I cast things.
The
Okay,
houses
now
seem
she sounds
unhappy?
barmy. Now she just sounds barmy. This doesn't make sense.
Unhappy. Well, I'm plenty happy to have another cleric around. Flinging divine light around here will certainly be helpful.
Well, certainly.
The only thing out of place as you begin to approach the next intersection is a body in the middle of the road and a small hand following Benjamin.
Can I stomp the hand?
You
No.
can. It is just kind of like a puppy or a spider, just sort of.
Good.
You're welcome to. You goofed up my camera. Something horrible.
I
I'm
think
afraid
it
of-
liked you.
I'm afraid a 6 is a miss. What did you try to do to it?
Well, I figured that would be like my like strength or my dex, stomping at the ground.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Son of a frickin' undead.
No,
Oh, that's
no,
just not right.
no. You do it like this. I'm gonna toss a hand axe at it.
Ah! Hold on.
Wow. Okay.
Now that's
Just
why I wear
hyper-
greaves.
Thump.
My mentor was already irritated I wore more thicker armor, but could have cut my toe with that.
As you deal lethal damage to this hand, there is a small like a vibration that comes off of it and just affects the ground around it a little bit. Like there's like imagine like a flash burn mark, but a really small one.
I back up.
So
Especially after dodging the
something
axe.
more than just the hand was destroyed there. But that's all you got without any looking at it closely.
Ooh.
I'd like to do a religion check, since that kind of relates to undead, just to see what's going on here.
You're more than
Or would that
welcome
be
to.
more of an investigation check?
That was investigation or arcana actually, but I would have found something to do with religion.
I will throw an arcana at that. Nope. I'm disjointed by the axe.
With your expertise, you think that was a creepy hand. And Gwen agrees. And Gwen agrees.
I'm just gonna grab my axe. Does it seem damaged?
No.
Oh, good.
There's only a bit of black oily gook on it. There's no blood or anything.
Gwen's going to go around and cast Guiding Bolt, just doing radiant damage to the zombie bodies and the hand and everything that she's down so far.
So I have a small problem with that idea. Guiding
You might
Bolt
wanna
is a
use
level
Sacred
1 spell.
Flame. It's a cantrip. You can do radiant damage without burning
Yes,
spells.
that's what I meant. That one.
And I have a problem with that too, because they are no longer creatures. They are dead, which means they're objects, not creatures, which means you can't hit them with... what's the name of the spell? Sacred Flame. Sacred Flame says
Sacred
target a creature. Those are not creatures anymore.
Neat.
Fair enough.
In other words, you need actual fire for that idea.
So, you didn't answer the question. What is this?
They're
What-
both wandering in circles trying to figure it out while you ask them.
I'm just lighting a torch and sticking stuff.
You ever like seriously try to focus on something and someone behind you is like, well, did you get it yet? That's what's happening right here.
Like, yeah, I'm practiced in fighting the undead, but this is a planar shift. I'm not from around here. She's very much not from around here.
Yeah.
You are, though. But apparently you don't know what that is, and I point out the decaying castle.
No, it's Strahd's castle.
As you say, Strahd, my face goes white a little bit. And yeah,
Yeah.
this is really...
You
This is
feel
just
that you knew
bad.
that. You feel that that information has been trying to get to the surface since you got here. But you were, pretending it wasn't there. Like, yeah, all the signs were there, but now that it's real, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's appropriate. And I'm catatonic.
Ah!
That,
The energy.
I drop.
You don't drop. This is in part to when the hand gets smushed and you're surrounded by these other creatures that are undead. But now you sense a energy within them, an arcane necrotic energy that you've never sensed in undead before. And you recall Berzelius's statement about how undead is magnified in the plane of dread, and it starts to get into your mind to the point where you begin to create what the undead could be as it becomes your plane of dread, along with whatever dreadful ideas are in the plane. The plane has some kind of a consciousness, and you get just that little sense of paranoia as you think that you are currently, with your fear, currently affecting the things around you. So you get to live with that.
Paranoia, I'll freak out on the ground for a little bit. And also be right back.
Okay. He drops to the ground.
I,
oh,
hmm.
so I guess this is some sort of necromancer.
You should maybe,
Yeah, I'll see what I
just
can do.
vaguely get a gesture.
Obviously, this is your domain.
This is the opposite of what I do.
Gwen sighs and then walks over. Medicine check? Is there anything
you
I
can-
can do to help him out?
You could start with a medicine check. That's fine. He's currently not responding to your presence. He's more focused on everything around him. You're welcome to. He's not stopping you.
Did I do this? Oh,
1 second.
How would you like to determine if you did this, Vaughn?
insight.
Be my guest.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Gwen, his problem is definitely not physical.
Do I know? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And you know a bit about psychology. Whatever he had something that was in him that has now surfaced. Maybe he knows more about this area than he's been able to communicate so far, and whatever he knows is scaring him. He's scared.
So, would she know that some sort of shock would snap him out of it potentially?
It could. It unfortunately could make it worse. You're welcome to try. Some kind of restoration magic would definitely help, but you might not be there yet. Because imagine when you cast Turn Undead, you have to move away from the source of your fear. There is no way for him right now
Sure.
that you can fathom. Maybe you can come up with something. But if he doesn't, if he continues along this trail of thought, it's not gonna improve.
Ah, poor thing. He's going through some sort of mental breakdown. We should get him some hot soup, get him by a nice fire. Get him a blanket, maybe.
I'm sorry, little man. I did not mean to spook you. Vaughn's
You
gonna
think-
pick him up and give him a big bear hug.
Cool. You think you triggered him, but it wasn't really completely your fault?
Yep.
Oh. Is there an inn in this town?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
Yes, you do.
It is. Yes, I forgot.
The Blood on the Vine Tavern is not far from. It's in the town square.
A blood of vine, but we're going there anyways, and Nothing seems good here, so I don't know if they have soup, but I don't know. Is he still like weeping and screaming and stuff?
Until Sean returns and tells me otherwise, yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, let's get him inside. Let's get him a blanket. Get him by a nice fire, and hopefully we can help him through this.
Gwen, as you think about getting him inside, you look down the street. First, if you try to look to the east, you can only see about 20 feet. You can't even see the cart that you passed moments ago. And as you look to the west, you can see almost to the center of town, but it seems like the fog is around the rest of the area to the point where if I don't turn the light on, you can't really see me. So you seem to be funneled a little bit in this area. You could go into the fog if you wanted to try. My point is, as you look at the houses, none of them look welcoming.
As an alternative, I guess we could just start a fire here. A little bit of a bonfire. Get his bones warmed up.
That's gonna take a long time, and there is stuff out here. This is not a good time to rest or to have mental breakdown.
Von, you actually see a corpse 50 feet away lying in the street and can still hear metal being manipulated in the town square, even from this distance.
We need to get him inside, and we need to go deal with that. We cannot we cannot wait for this.
We can't leave him alone in this state, though. I mean, look at him. He's completely helpless. If a zombie came around, we'd have something else to deal with.
Do I know if this town had any kind of militia? Any protective force at all?
Give me a second. Most of the town, I mean, the castle, in your perception, the castle was responsible for keeping the town protected. So does it currently have a militia? Between you and me, your character has no idea. But you think that whatever guards came down from the castle with you should still be in the town square.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
My point is that information's not helping you at all. Sorry.
I think there are a few people here who can help. They can deal with that. We get him inside.
Yes, let's find some shelter until he's feeling better.
I'm gonna kick down a door and just take him in. Whatever the Lord's house is.
Hey. Turn the light on. Are we getting Sean back?
I don't
He
know.
said he was just gonna be gone for a minute.
Yep. That was not. I did not see that coming. Okay, so what do you do with poor Sean?
He's on a shoulder, and
Okay.
I'm kicking down a door.
All right, I'm gonna put you guys. Are you guys on this map? Here you go. Boop. That brings you guys here-ish. Let's do a D20. Let's see if we can get 17, 18, 19, or 20. We just missed the frickin' chat window altogether. That's a 10. You smash open that door, and as you look into this pathetic, run-down room of a home, you see a kitchen table, rotted food. The wood of the table is not happy to still have to hold up the rest of the table. The legs just want to take a break. As you enter the room, you can look out this window here, and there's a small plant sitting next to the window. The flower is in bloom. It's dark. It's not. It's like a darker red than the rose you're used to, but there's a flower there. That's nice. The thing over the table could be mistaken for a chandelier. It's just a couple candles sitting on a piece of wood up on it.
Are the candles lit?
No, but they seem to be in good shape.
This place is disgusting.
You said they spent some time in this town. Why?
We got unlucky. Come.
Over there.
I'm gonna go to the house directly to the north.
Oh, you're leaving this house to the next house?
Yeah, obviously somebody disgusting lives here.
Yes, of course.
Care.
Well, that door is shut and locked. There's shutters at the windows. But you can take a listen if you want.
Now I'm going to kick it.
Okay. You don't need to make a strength check. The wood is happy to buckle and die under your presence, wishing that it no longer needed to be a door, and turns into the rubble that it wants to be. And you enter another home. In this house, there is a small circular wooden table, and there is a man and a woman sitting at the table. They seem to be eating something from a metal dish in the center, a tin of some kind. And there might be something that can be mistaken for an apple next to them. There's no liquid of any kind near them, but there is a sink. It's a kitchen area. You suspect that if you move further into the home, there'll be another room or something. And then with a perception checks to see, or perception or investigation as you enter the house to see if there's anything else you notice. You notice a small doll on the floor. It looks like it actually it's very basic. It's like a plushie. It's a circular piece of cloth with probably something in it to make it squishy. You haven't touched it yet. Whatever was used for eyes are not matching. it's all run down and everything, but it's a toy of some kind.
Are the people alive?
I don't know. I mean, I know, but
Oh, as in they are not obvious corpses.
they are not obvious undead corpses, and they seem to be eating whatever that is on the table.
So they're moving.
Yes.
Are they bothered by the door collapsing?
They didn't pay it any mind, but you can make a medicine check as you take a look.
Yeah.
Sorry. This man needs help.
They are more interested in their pie than they are the door being smashed in. You think there's some kind of addiction about it. And I have a cat that really wants to get out of whatever room it's in. Or go upstairs. You're gonna get me. No, you can't do that. That's gonna get me in trouble.
Come on, stop.
So. What do you do? I don't know. Rose's chair's been sitting there for 2 hours.
Hello. Hello?
Make any charisma check with advantage to get their attention. You tell me.
Oh,
I'm guessing that's intimidation. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's the advantage. Hello.
The male looks up and says, "What are you doing in here?" And the woman hurries and tries to grab some of his pie while he's distracted.
Obviously interrupting dinner, but this man, he needs help. So he's going to lay here and whimper, and you're going to sit there and eat your pie. And she, and I'm going to point at Gwen, is going to help him. And I am going to look outdoor for zombies.
The woman goes, "Finally a sign. We'll help him, and then things will get better." And she walks over, and she's got her plate and a small fork. She's here. She's trying to feed the pie to Ben.
No, he's having a bit of a breakdown. He just needs to sit by the fire, and he should be fine.
Make a perception check. Yep,
What
go
is
ahead. Wow, you can't roll.
No, I cannot.
It smells delicious. The aroma actually catches your attention to the point where it's hard to ignore it now. And the rest of the house is still this rundown, hasn't ever seen clean going on here. You're not sure how long it's been. It seems old. It seems the whole town seems old to you up until this moment where this pie is it smells pretty. It smells really good. And that's when you notice that there's still like half of a pie left over inside of it. Yeah.
Although, I suppose it would be rude to reject your hospitality. Why don't you make us up a couple of plates?
Can I make a wisdom save? Or a
Sure.
wisdom check to see if this is a terrible fucking idea like I think it is?
I mean, that's really up to you. You don't need to roll for that.
Oh,
You sure I don't need to roll for that?
With a natural 20, you come to your own conclusion, which was probably the right one, which is when individuals care more about the pie than they do the rest of the house. And the only hope they now currently seem to have is by helping this individual by feeding him said pie would somehow earn a karma favor. That's their hope. They're banking their happiness on the fact that this individual gets better by eating some of this pie. Yeah, you think this is all a bad idea.
No. We are not having pie. We're going back over to other house.
No, we're not having pie.
We are not having pie.
No.
you're being a bit rude, though. I mean, they did offer it, and it does smell rather good.
Gwyn, not having pie.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna pick up our guy and I'm gonna leave.
Gonna
Back
pick
to-
up our guy. All right. So you pick him up. He's not stopping you at all. You think he's coming out of it? Maybe. I don't know. We're gonna see Sean again.
Oh, I'm here. I thought.
Oh, okay.
I typed while you were talking.
Oh, okay. So he's coming out of it. You're carrying him out of this house. Gwen, you're still in the house with the two Barovians who would like to share this with you.
Why do I think I smell pie?
Oh, he's better. He's better.
Oh, good. Enjoy your pie. I'm sorry to bother you.
Wait, but pie? From
No.
where? Wait, what? No! What? No! 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 Get off his shoulder. She's about to eat a pie. I smack her.
Nope. She's more concerned about your well-being, so she leaves the house.
Okay. And these two individuals that are in this broken down home that seem to care about nothing but their pie continue to eat their pie. You casually step over the toys on the floor on the way out.
Yep.
Oh,
That's strange.
no.
I hope their children got some of the pie as well.
You, woman.
Oh,
Oh, the fact that you know what's happening is going to make this campaign so much fun.
And you even wrote it into him.
Of course I did. Told you not to. Don't worry. I told you I could run this for people that have played it and people that didn't. I got this. Anyways, go on.
You. Wait. What is your child?
Did you want to roll that intimidation check again? Because they're eating their pie.
Absolutely.
Actually, I need you to roll initiative. Never mind. You can do that. You are able to interject as both of them are about to take a mouthful. The woman's eyes glaze over, and she looks through you. She ignores you. The man snaps out of it. Pie falls out of his mouth onto the table, and he goes, "That is none of your business, and I don't know why I suddenly have your accent." That is none of your business.
Infectious.
None of your business.
No. Where is child? I had to duck to get into your house. Do not fuck with me, sir. Love, will you let the cat in? He's gonna explode.
It does not matter now. He is well cared for. And he scoops up the pie that came out of his mouth and put it back in.
Ben just looks fucking grossed.
He is terrified of you, He is terrified of you, and you're pretty sure that you could force him to do whatever you want, but at this point you haven't given him any commands with your... You've got him dominated, but you haven't given him any commands, so...
Stop eating pie. Take out the pie, no more pie.
Oh, does it have drugs in it or something?
You could say that.
He's got pie in his mouth, but he stops chewing.
He already made the
to-
pie. It doesn't matter if he eats it, I suppose.
Take the pie. Just take the pie.
There are a few pieces left in the current tin pan of whatever that is on the table.
I'm so confused right now.
Benjamin, take the pie.
What? I'm not eating that.
No, take it away from them.
Oh, okay.
No!
But why though?
Gwen, don't eat pie. Not here.
You ground people are strange.
There is a large kathunk from the town square, and Gwen, as you look down, you can the fog is starting to clear out a bit. You think you can see some figures trying to head into the town square, but there's something that's stopping them. There's a barricade between the creatures, not people, creatures, trying to get to the town square and the actual town square, which seems it's 150 feet that way.
Like a visible barricade?
Yep.
Oh.
We need to deal with this and then go.
I think we need to go. Just leave these people to their pie. There's more important stuff happening in the town square, don't you think?
I don't know.
We can get your food later. I'll bake you a pie.
Benjamin just stares at her.
Vaughn's gonna leave.
Mutton?
Vaughn's walking towards the town center.
Well,
If
the
Gwen's behind
street,
and just kind
the
of tap
street,
her on the shoulder, like, come on, let's leave.
the street's getting a little cluttered as some undead are now heading towards the west of town, towards the town square. They've had time to move. You know, they've been here a while. And they're heading this way.
More undead to kill. Eh.
Chris, do we want to call it here?
Sure. One zombie pops out here, smashes through the door, and just starts walking. And it looks like they're all focused on heading to the center of town, because, you know, why not?
Nah.
Oh, what happened here? Now they're interested
Whether
in
it
you
hits or
guys.
not, I didn't roll damage. I just be like, ha, fighting.
Now they're interested in the party. Congratulations, you now have aggro. And we can call it there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sean, I was like, when they busted into the second house, I'm like, did they feed Sean pie while he's out cray-craying? This could get interesting.
So
An oddly appropriate time to go AFK, but yeah, that was disgusting to come back to.
Yeah. Wait,
Interesting.
pie? What? The fact that you really weren't there while your character was having a moment, it's great. I love it.
Vaughn doesn't fully understand what's going on with the pie. And he knows it has something to do with the kid. Either they were too drugged out to take care of the kid and the kid's dead, or they're eating the kid, or some other bullshit. Zach's 100% convinced that they're eating the kid.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a child in that pie. Gwen has no idea.
Ben might explain things when we get a time. Didn't really want to say that in the house.
Beautiful.
I had fun.
Session.
This is going to be a really fun campaign.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if I need to tone Vaughn down a little
Absolutely not. No, there will be no toning things down. It is all up from here.
They toned down for what?
No. I'm a big fan of the comedic role playing going on first and the combat. I like when people talk and fight at the same time, especially when we. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, good talk. All right, guys. I'm going to drop off. Dog's about to explode.
No, poor dog.
Just
Thanks
like-
again, everybody. I think I seamless. I tried to piece it all together. Sean, you probably caught on to the fact that you're all from 3 different time frames.
Yep.
Okay, so it wasn't meant to be like too cryptic. It was meant to connect with the rest of my multiverse, which, as Sean, you might remember, there was some time travel involved in Tuesday's session, as Katarina went all the way into the future to see who was there, and then shot all the way back to see what you could do to make sure the future continued, and blah blah blah. As her dark power wish came true, and then she pays the price for it, which we're getting to, and blah blah blah. But it does all tie
Really
in.
an interesting alt to the Curse of Strahd that I know of.
And I couldn't help but drop Mary back into 4th edition because she's been talking about it all night. I was like, yeah,
Sorry,
you're from 4th
sorry.
edition. No problem. You're from Nazarene times. That works. And you're slightly
go.
familiar with it because your necromancer in Icewind Dale was starting to get the idea of of Nazarene. So it wasn't completely foreign to you. So I tapped into what Sean knew, I tapped into what you knew, I tapped into what Zach knew, and I had a great time doing it.
Hey, there you go.
All right, guys. Good night. And I'm very sad that it's going to be 2 weeks before we get to play this again.
Aw.
Uh,
Same. Was fun though. Have a good night, guys.
All right, talk to you guys later.